The morning containment ritual. You do not need a perfect morning routine. You need a moment of power. Most people wake up and immediately lose control of their day. They check their phones, they scroll through other people's lives, they jump into the noise before even checking in with themselves. Stoics taught that your first act each day should be to reclaim your mind. Before you speak, before you move, before you give your energy away to the world, you take a moment to contain it. This is the morning containment ritual, and it takes just 3 minutes. Here is how it works. The moment you wake up, before you grab your phone, before you get out of bed, sit up straight and plant your feet on the floor. Place your hands on your knees, close your eyes, and take one deep breath. Feel it travel all the way down to your belly. Now silently ask yourself one question. What do I want to feel like at the end of today? Do not chase answers, just ask and listen. Maybe a word shows up like calm, or strong, or clear, or connected. Whatever it is, accept it. Let that word be your anchor. The Stoics believed in starting each day by preparing their mind for what was to come. Marcus Aurelius would write out the kinds of people he might meet that day, the trials he might face, not to complain, but to prepare, to anchor himself before the storm arrived. Your word is your anchor. After you choose your word, the ritual continues with a short visualization. Picture yourself moving through the day with that feeling guiding your actions. You are walking into meetings with clarity. You are responding to stress with calm. You are speaking with strength. You are moving with grace. This practice is not about control. It is about containment. Your energy is yours until you give it away, and most of us give it away too early. This habit changes that. When you do the morning containment ritual consistently, you begin each day with internal alignment. You stop waiting for the world to give you peace and start creating it from within. And something powerful begins to happen. You start noticing how quickly you used to give your power away. Habit 1. The morning containment ritual. You do not need a perfect morning routine. You need a moment of power. Most people wake up and immediately lose control of their day. They check their phones, they scroll through other people's lives, they jump into the noise before even checking in with themselves. The Stoics taught that your first act each day should be to reclaim your mind. Before you speak, before you move, before you give your energy away to the world, you take a moment to contain it. This is the morning containment ritual, and it takes just 3 minutes. Here is how it works. The moment you wake up, before you grab your phone, before you get out of bed, sit up straight and plant your feet on the floor. Place your hands on your knees, close your eyes, and take one deep breath. Feel it travel all the way down to your belly. Now silently ask yourself one question. Do I want to feel like at the end of today? Do not chase answers, just ask and listen. Maybe a word shows up like calm or strong or clear or connected. Whatever it is, accept it. Let that word be your anchor. The Stoics believed in starting each day by preparing their mind for what was to come. Marcus Aurelius would write out the kinds of people he might meet that day, the trials he might face, not to complain but to prepare, to anchor himself before the storm arrived. Your word is your anchor. After you choose your word, the ritual continues with a short visualization. Picture yourself moving through the day with that feeling guiding your actions. You are walking into meetings with clarity. You are responding to stress with calm. You are speaking with strength. You are moving with grace. This practice is not about control. It is about containment. Your energy is yours until you give it away, and most of us give it away too early. This habit changes that. When you do the morning containment ritual consistently, You begin each day with internal alignment. You stop waiting for the world to give you peace and start creating it from within, and something powerful begins to happen. You start noticing how quickly you used to give your power away. You start feeling the moment when your energy shifts, and because you began your day anchored, you are more likely to course correct. You might take one breath instead of snapping in traffic. You might pause before hitting send. On an emotional email, you begin responding instead of reacting. This habit also rewires your nervous system. That deep breath you take first thing in the morning signals safety to your body. It moves you out of fight or flight and into rest and clarity. Over time, your mornings stop feeling rushed. They start feeling sacred. You carry that sacredness into your entire day. It becomes a ripple effect. Others notice it too. You seem calmer, more present, more grounded. You become a quiet influence in chaotic spaces, not because you said anything, but because you began your day with intention. You reclaimed your energy before the world could claim it for you. This is not a hack. It is a habit, a micro shift that rewires how you move through the first 10 minutes of your day. It does not require silence or solitude. You can do it with kids in the house or traffic outside your window. You just need 3 minutes. Your mind, your breath, your intention, and one simple question: what do I want to feel? Like at the end of today, practice this every morning for 1 week, and you will feel the difference. Practice it for 1 month, and others will see it too. Declare it now so your mind remembers this shift. I start my day from within. Habit 2. The presence pause. Seneca once said, "True happiness is to enjoy the present without anxious dependence upon the future." But how often do we truly live in the present? We are stuck in loops, regretting yesterday, rehearsing tomorrow. Even while we are eating, we are planning emails. Even while we are walking, we are scrolling. Even while we are speaking, we are thinking of what to say next. The Stoics believed that the present moment is sacred. It is the only thing we can truly control, which is why this micro habit is so powerful. It is called the presence pause, and it only takes 10 seconds. Once a day, maybe twice. Stop everything and do one thing. Notice your breath. Notice the air on your skin. Notice the sounds around you. Notice your body. No fixing, no judging, no performing, just presence. This is not meditation. This is not mindfulness as a goal. This is a sacred pause to return to yourself. When you practice the presence pause daily, you begin to see how often you are not actually here. You are on autopilot. You are reacting to old patterns. You are anticipating instead of experiencing. But with a single pause, everything recalibrates. You become aware. You become awake. And this awareness bleeds into everything. You start hearing what people are actually saying. You start tasting your food again. You start noticing your thoughts without getting swept away. It is not about doing nothing. It is about doing one thing fully. Drinking water with your full attention. Washing your hands and feeling the water. Looking someone in the eyes without rushing away. The Stoics trained their minds to observe life with curiosity, to witness rather than be consumed. The presence pause is your way to develop this same muscle. And here is the secret. Every time you take this pause, you are rewiring your brain. You are shrinking the power of distractions. You are strengthening your internal focus. And slowly but surely, you become someone who walks through the world awake. You become less reactive, more intentional. People will not know what changed, but they will feel it. You are present. Your presence is power. Write this down now and anchor the habit in your nervous system. I return to presence with every pause. Habit 3. The energy guard checkpoint. There is a moment in every day when you feel yourself slip. You go from calm to irritated, from focused to scattered, from grounded to anxious. Most people miss it. They power through it, or distract themselves, or blame something outside of them. But the Stoics saw this as the most important signal of all. It is your body telling you that your energy has just been hijacked, and it is time to reclaim it. This micro-habit is called the energy guard checkpoint. And once you install it, your entire relationship with stress changes. Here is how it works. Set a random alarm on your phone, or link this habit to something you do daily, like closing your laptop, finishing lunch, or brushing your teeth. When the moment comes, you stop and ask one simple question. What is draining me right now? Ask it without judgment. Ask it with curiosity. Maybe it is a task you are avoiding. Maybe it is a person you are people-pleasing. Maybe it is a thought that has been looping all day. Now ask a second question. What would it look like to protect my energy in this moment? Not later, not tonight, not this weekend. Now sometimes the answer is close. The tab. Sometimes it is stand up and stretch. Sometimes it is send the message you are dreading. Sometimes it is breathe and let go. The energy guard checkpoint is not about escape. It is about awareness. You cannot protect energy you are not aware of. The Stoics believed in daily examination. Seneca wrote, "Each evening we should ask, what habit did I overcome? What failing did I resist? Where can I grow?" This is the same idea brought into the middle of your day. It breaks the autopilot. It creates a conscious choice. Do I keep leaking energy to this, or do I redirect it to something that sustains me? Over time, you develop what I call energy intuition. You feel the drain sooner. You catch yourself saying yes when you mean no. You notice when a space or a person is pulling too much from you, and you shift, not with guilt, but with wisdom. You protect the most sacred thing you have. Your energy is your life force. How you use it defines who you become. Most people live scattered, reactive lives because they never pause to check where their energy is going. But once you do, everything changes. You get more done with less effort. You feel more present and less depleted. You start creating instead of reacting. You stop surviving and start shaping. The energy guard checkpoint is your gatekeeper. It reminds you that you are not a victim of your day. You are the architect of it. Reclaim this power every day, and you will become magnetic. You will have energy that others feel. You will walk into rooms and shift the tone, not because you force it, but because you are full instead of empty. Your energy is aligned, your attention is intact, and when that happens, you become unstoppable. Write this now to seal it into your practice. I protect my energy before I perform. Habit 4. The emotional inventory reset. There is a war happening inside you, and most of the time you do not even realize it. It is not a war of noise, but of silence. A quiet tension between who you are pretending to be and how you actually feel. You smile while you are drowning. You nod while your heart aches. You perform while your insides are pleading for rest. The Stoics believed that clarity begins with truth. Not the truth you show others, the truth you whisper to yourself. This is where the emotional inventory reset comes in. It is not therapy. It is not a journal prompt. It is not about fixing your feelings. It is about meeting them, seeing them, making space for what is real, so that what is true can lead. Here is how it works. Once a day, stop what you are doing and do a 1-minute emotional audit. Ask yourself a simple question. What am I feeling right now? You do not need perfect words. You do not need to make sense. You only need honesty. Maybe you are tired. Maybe you are angry. Maybe you are lonely and trying to prove that you are not. Maybe you feel nothing at all. And even that is information. Label it, name it, let it rise. Then ask a second question. Where in my body do I feel this? Do you feel heat in your face, tension in your jaw, a tightness in your chest, a sinking in your gut? Scan your body like a Stoic detective, not to react, not to run, but to notice, to welcome, to bear witness to what is within you. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events, but you cannot master what you will not face." This micro-habit allows you to face it all without judgment, because emotions are not weaknesses. They are messengers. They tell you where your boundaries are. They reveal what matters to you. They show you where healing is needed. And when you ignore them, they do not disappear. They build pressure. They create explosions. They become patterns that hijack your life from behind the curtain. The emotional inventory reset prevents that. It lets you be honest in real time, not just in breakdowns but in check-ins. It lets your body be a compass, not a battlefield. And over time this habit transforms everything, because you start catching emotions early, before the spiral, before the snap, before the shutdown. You start recognizing familiar guests. Oh, here is shame again. Here is resentment again. Here is fear of not being enough again. You see the pattern. And the moment you see the pattern, you regain power. Power to pause, power to breathe, power to choose a response. Instead of reacting on autopilot, you grow stronger, not by avoiding pain, but by welcoming truth. That is what the Stoics knew. That strength is not stone. It is spaciousness, the ability to hold what is heavy without collapsing. The emotional inventory reset is your daily training in that strength. And the best part is it takes just 60 seconds. You can do it in a bathroom stall, in traffic, between meetings, before sleep. One question: what am I feeling right now? One breath of space, one moment of truth. That is all it takes to interrupt a lifetime of emotional avoidance. And it creates ripple effects you will not believe. Your relationships deepen because you stop dumping emotions. You never processed. Your body softens because you stop holding what you never allowed yourself to feel. Your decisions become cleaner because you are not chasing something to numb what hurts. And people around you feel it too. They feel your honesty, your presence, your groundedness, not because you are always happy, but because you are always real. This habit will not make you perfect. It will make you whole. Write this now to root it deep in your being. I honor what I feel so I can heal. Habit 5. The evening identity review. There is something sacred about the moment before sleep. Your body is still, the world quiets down, and your mind finally has a chance to speak. Most people dread this moment, because when the noise fades, the thoughts get loud. Did I do enough? Am I falling behind? Why did I say that? Why do I still feel this way? We carry the weight of an unfinished day, like a burden we cannot put down. But what if this moment was not a burden? What if it was a mirror, a reset, a quiet ceremony to return to yourself? The final Stoic micro-habit is called the evening identity review. It is not a productivity hack. It is not a checklist. It is a conversation with your becoming. Here is how it works. At the end of each day, right before bed, you ask yourself 3 questions. Who was I today? What did I honor today? Who am I becoming? Take your time with them. You do not need long answers. You only need honest ones. Who was I today? Were you patient or reactive, present or distracted? Did you live today in alignment with your core values? If not, there is no shame, only awareness, and awareness is where power begins. What did I honor today? Did you honor your time, your energy, your boundaries? Did you honor your creativity, your body, your truth? Or did you abandon yourself to please others, to avoid conflict, to numb discomfort? No judgment, just clarity. And finally, who am I becoming? This is the question that ties it all together, because the way you live one day becomes the way you live your life. The Stoics believed in living according to nature, which meant living in alignment with reason, virtue, and truth. Seneca wrote, "Each day acquire something that will fortify you against poverty, against death, indeed against other misfortunes as well." The evening identity review is how you acquire that something, not from the world, but from within. Each evening, you reclaim your narrative. You remind yourself that you are not just what you did today. You are who you chose to be through those actions. Over time, this habit becomes a lighthouse. It guides your decisions, protects your peace. It keeps your path clear, because when you are clear on who you are becoming, you stop chasing what does not belong to you. You stop performing for approval. You stop reacting to every trigger. You stop running from discomfort, and you start living deliberately. This review only takes 5 minutes, but its impact compounds. It trains your nervous system to relax into completion. It closes the loop so you can sleep without mental clutter. It gives your brain a clear signal. The day is done. You can rest now, and more than that, it lets you end the day with sense of self-respect. You showed up, you tried, you noticed, you learned. That is enough. This practice rewires your internal narrative. Instead of defaulting to, "What did I fail to do?" you start asking, "Who did I choose to be?" You measure progress, not in tasks completed, but in values honored. And that is the deepest form of transformation, because your identity is not what you declare, it is what you reinforce, day after day. This habit gives you a mirror, and if you do not like what you see, you can change it tomorrow. That is the beauty of it. You are always in process, not behind, not broken, becoming. And now, you have the tools. 5 micro habits, 5 invisible levers that reshape your mind, your nervous system, your perception, and your identity. You did not need to become someone new. You needed to remember who you have always been. You needed to clear the noise, to soften the armor, return to the calm, unshakable center within you. Let us recap what you now hold. The morning containment, ritual, the presence, pause, the energy guard, checkpoint, the emotional inventory reset, and the evening identity review. Each one takes minutes. Each one costs nothing. Each one holds the power to change your life. Not because they are loud, but because they are consistent. In a world that is always yelling for your attention, these habits whisper you back to yourself. So here is your invitation. Do not rush to apply all 5 at once. Choose one. Start small. Let it take root. Then layer the next, and slowly the shifts will begin. You will speak differently, breathe differently, walk differently. Not because the world changed, but because your inner world did. This is the quiet revolution, and you are already in it. So as we end this video, make a commitment to yourself, not to be perfect, but to be present, not to do everything, but to do something that matters. Like this video, if any part of it spoke to your soul, share it with someone who needs to come home to themselves, and subscribe for more practical, Stoic wisdom. Then type this final affirmation in the comments. to seal this journey in your body and in your future. I am becoming who I was always meant to be.